Welcome back. It is still Metrofile right here on Channels Television.
Right.
From birthday celebration to a funeral, a celebration of life for Chief Mrs. Comfort Olabisi Solaru. Family and friends came together to bid her farewell.
Chief Mrs. Comfort Olabisi Solaru, an astute personality, a nurse, an accomplished administrator, a well-respected educationist, diligent in service to humanity, and loved by those who came in contact with her amiable personality. On March the 18th, 2019, a few days after her 86th birthday, she took her last breath. Everyone agrees that hers was a remarkable 86 years, during which she impacted her world in positive ways through her God-given gifts and talents. It was therefore a huge sense of loss not only to her family alone, but also her close friends and loved ones who came to support them at the transition of their matriarch. Her sojourn on earth was one filled with remarkable achievements, which was extolled during a 4-day packed event to celebrate her life and legacy. This is where she worshipped for the better part of her life, playing active roles in church activities and contributing her quota towards the growth of the body of Christ. She belonged to different religious, social, and philanthropic organizations which were geared towards serving God and humanity.
This was to show God's righteousness because in his divine forbearance he had passed over former sins. It was to provide at the present time that he himself is righteous and that he justifies him who has faith in Jesus. This is the word of the Lord.
He who sits upon the throne will shelter them with his presence. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more. The sun shall not strike them, nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb in the midst of the throne will be their shepherd.
Chief Mrs. Solaru meant different things to different people. An encounter with her was always one to remember.
Mama was a committed lady patron of men Christian youth, very friendly, but behind that friendly man was a woman of steel.
This is our Mama, Women's Fellowship. Anything we want to do, she makes sure she gets herself involved. Hail to our Santa Club of thee we sing. Hail to our Santa Club of thee.
We want to thank you very much for all our family, our extended family, the church family, the school family.
Chief Mrs. Comfort Olabisi Solaru's immense contribution to education in the country was never in doubt. She founded the Tenderfoot Day Nursery in Surulere, Lagos in 1965. A year later, she founded the Sunnyfield Primary School, also in Surulere. Many notable Nigerians passed through this school. Amongst them is the former governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Fashola. So a farewell assembly in honor of their founder was in order. The school children's choir honored their dearly beloved founder with their voices to the admiration of her children and the guests, most of whom passed through the tutelage of Mrs. Solaru in this school. They all came out in their numbers to honor a woman who was indeed a role model and a source of pride to them in many ways.
I just mentioned to somebody sitting next to me that I left Sunnyfields in 1973. And I think she reacted with a bit of surprise. And I said, perhaps I should have said I came into Tenderfoot in 1965.
There is a resilience I got from mommy. That is what has kept me up till this time. No matter the challenge, I remember all those hymns we sing at the assembly. So she has just been a wonderful mom.
On a lighter side, one of her sons, Damas, led everyone in the hall down memory lane.
Whatever we are, He is the life. He is God. He is part of God that created heaven and earth and gave life to us to live.
She believed fiercely that children should have rights, but she also believed that children should have boundaries so that they knew what was right and what was wrong.
Somebody who was very generous, someone who was very strict, very disciplined, and someone who stayed on course with her life's mission. She never wavered from it all the way to the very end.
She taught us how to laugh at ourselves. She taught us how to stand up for ourselves. She taught us how to be responsible citizens. She taught us how to be good people.
She's very truthful, forthright, a very disciplined woman, very principled person. And I think all the memories that were shared here were very accurate and true to her character and who she was.
Mama, she was a music person, a disciplinarian to the core, and she wanted a perfect music, and that has really helped the children.
With her patience, sometimes she loses her temper, but with time, you see her calling us back and then trying to say, I'm sorry. Sometimes in cash, in kind, and Mama was wonderful. She was really a very wonderful person to work with.
The celebration of the life of Chief Mrs. Solaru continued with a commendation service.
Deal graciously, we pray you, with those who mourn, that casting every care on you, they may know the consolation of your love, through Jesus Christ our Lord.
She lived life to the fullest and made great impact for everyone to see. The Lagos part of the celebration of this great woman concludes, and attention shifts to their hometown, Agoiwoye, in Ogun State. The Christian Waykeep kicked off activities of a final funeral right in her home. The day for the final funeral came. An emotional day for the family and everyone who traveled from far and wide to celebrate their matriarch with them.
The ministry of Mama produced a governor, 4 senators, 4 senior advocates of Nigeria, ministers, accomplished professionals, entrepreneurs, spread out all over and contributing to making this world a better place.
With the thanksgiving and prayers, the service comes to an end. She was taken to this mausoleum where she was finally laid to rest, witnessed by her family alone. That emotional moment gave way to the social part of the event, where they hosted their highly esteemed guests. At the reception, they went straight to the dance floor. Chief Mrs. Solaru achieved so much during her lifetime, and her children choose to celebrate rather than mourn her exit. Chief Mrs. Comfort Olabisi Solaru was born on March 8, 1933 in Ijebu-Igbo, Ogun State. She studied at St. Mary's College in Owo, Ondo State. She later left Nigeria for England, where she studied general nursing at Haymeads Hospital in London. She worked briefly in hospitals in the UK and Nigeria. In 1964, she decided to study the setup of nurseries and daycare centers, which led to the establishment of the Tenderfoot Day Nursery and Sunnyfields Primary School, both in Surulere, still in existence till date. She was married to late Chief Banjo Solaru, and they are blessed with 5 children. May her soul rest in peace.
Well, 2 defining moments in human life celebrated on the show today: birthday and the day of death, which unfortunately
is inevitable.
Yeah, and our condolences to the Solaru family.
All right. If you are celebrating this weekend also, if it's your birthday, your anniversary, whatever it is you're celebrating, you know we love you to the bone.
Yeah.
So happy celebration. Thank you so much for watching this week's edition of Metrofile. If you missed it or any friend of yours missed it, go to channelstv.com, youtube.com/channelsweb. There you can click on playlist and you'll find different editions of Metrofile, so enjoy your week with it. You'll find our Twitter handles right on your screen. Please talk to us. I'd like to hear from you. And if you want to find out details about the program or you want to be on the show, please call that number blinking right on your screen. We will see you definitely in just a few days, so make sure you take care of yourself. I'm Anne Nwawodo.
And I'm Ogechukwu. Also remember to catch the rerun of this show tomorrow at 12 noon, and then a fresh edition comes up on Sunday, and that you can also see on Wednesday at 11 p.m. So do watch out for it. Now, thank you once again for watching, and do have an amazing weekend.